Get your shit together. Fucking psycho. Welcome back to Growing Isn't Pretty. I'm Nyleeta, and I need you to stop trying to make everyone happy. The end. Thank you for coming. Bye. Thank you. I'm kidding. Don't go. Stay where you are. There's a group of us that are... How can I say this nicely? I'm finding it. Give me a sec. People pleasers. So let's just dive into it, right? Boundaries, people pleasing, making other people happy even though it's at the detriment to your own happiness and peace. Let's talk about this. The first point that I've got is people pleasing is a fast track to burnout. I think we can all definitely agree that when you continuously say, I'm not talking about one time, by the way, I'm talking about when you are continuously every day of your life saying yes to others and saying no to yourself, right? Indirectly saying no to yourself but yes to others, to everything, you are eventually going to tire out to the point where you're either going to snap at someone, have somewhat of a mental breakdown, or your body is physically going to shut down. Like, there are people that have had such aggressive burnout that they've been hospitalized. Don't put yourself in that position because you want other people to be happy and content and living their best life, but it's completely ruining your experience in this world. Just don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Stop it. Like, genuinely just think about the fact that you are spiraling towards some sort of burnout because you don't want to tell your mum no, because you don't want to tell your auntie no, because you don't want to tell your cousin no, your friend no, your colleague no, your boss no. And no doesn't have to be like an aggressive no, by the way. When I first started setting boundaries, I was so aggressive with this no. It was a little bit, it was rude. I won't lie to you guys. It was quite aggressive. I was very like, no, I'm not doing it. Pick someone else. It ain't gonna be me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was really hard with it. It didn't have to be that. It could have been a little bit nicer in hindsight. Yeah. I didn't have to be such a bitch. I was quite aggressive with my no's and with my do this and do that. Like, it just didn't have to be that way. So I want you to learn from my mistakes, really. You don't have to speak to people in such a disrespectful way, because I would never in this lifetime want someone to speak to me the way that I spoke to people back in the day. Do you know what I mean? So just learn to articulate your no thank you while still upholding your own values, while upholding your boundaries, while respecting yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you say no to someone and you say it in such a horrible way, you still have to go home with yourself. So that's the first thing. Okay, people pleasing is a fast track to burnout. The second point that I've written is you'll never make everyone happy, so stop trying. I mean, I feel like this is like, you already know this though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know that you can't make everyone happy. You know that one person might like a little bit of extra salt on their eggs, but someone else might absolutely hate salt on their eggs. But if you're cooking all at the same time, you can't make everyone happy. You can't do it all at the same time. Do you know what I mean? You can't do everything perfectly for every single person in your life, because everyone has a different preference. Everyone has a different way that they want to be dealt with. Everyone has a different way that they want to experience this world. And trying to make other people happy is like trying to hold a cup full of water, and you're slowly but surely you're pouring all the contents from your own cup into theirs, but no one's pouring back into your own. So you're emptying out your own cup, and you're going to be sitting here trying to have a sip of water at the end of the day, and you're like, damn, it's empty. I wonder why. Right? And I think this is very, very common for like mothers or parents, especially single parents. You're pouring out and you're pouring out and you're pouring out. You're trying to make your kids happy, trying to, be the class clown and be the doctor and the mum and the dad and the dentist and the therapist and the bus driver and the this and the you're doing so much for everyone around you that you haven't even had a minute to touch base with yourself and check in. Like, how are you? What do you want today? What do you need today? What does your body need today? So trying to make everyone else around you happy is like trying to draw blood from a stone, you guys. It's just stop. Like, it's not going to happen. I genuinely have stopped trying to make other people happy. I think there's one person in my life still that I'm trying to make happy, and I'm slowly but surely accepting that I can't make this person happy, and it's tiring trying to. So it is easier to just accept that and leave it be. Third point is to focus on what you need, not what others expect. Everyone has their own expectations, and everyone's expectations will differ. But what do you need? What do you want from this life? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? What makes you content? How are we going to live in this world? I feel that. How do we live in this world trying to tick off everyone else's boxes when in reality only they can do that for themselves? Then with that being said, if we go back to point 2, which is you'll never make everyone else happy, so stop trying. If you know that you can't make other people happy, then what your priority, right, and your focus needs to shift towards yourself. How can you make you happy? How can you focus on yourself? How can you pour into you? What do you need? And the only way you're going to do that is by getting silent and sitting still with yourself and just asking yourself, like, what do you want? What do you like? What do you hate? What do you enjoy doing? What do you dislike doing? You know, what kind of people do you want to attract into your life? What about your body do you not like physically? What about your mental health is not making you happy? What about your fitness journey do you want to improve on? Like, start to focus on what you need for yourself. Do you want to go to uni or do you not want to go to uni? Do you want to get that job or do you not want to get that job? Do you want to move countries or do you not want to move countries? Ask yourself these questions and start taking action on the answers, right? So focus on what you need. Fuck everyone else. Right, you're not responsible for their happiness, you're not responsible for their lives or their existence unless it's like your child, and I'm talking about from like 0 to a certain age. But besides that, you're not responsible for anyone else's happiness. So just focus on you. Focus on you. You are important. And stop forgetting that. Especially people pleasers. That is a thing, that is a trait that is genuinely so, I guess you could say, like universal with people pleasers, that we just forget we exist. Do you know what I mean? Like, you genuinely forget that you exist. You forget that you're not just a physical body here to please other people, here to work for other people, here to make other people happy, here to be their dancing monkey. You are here to have your own human experience, right? So stop trying to, again, that word that I love, shapeshift. Stop trying to shapeshift yourself to fit other people's, you know, wants and needs and desires and their expectations, and just work on what you want. Focus on what you want in this life. The fourth and the final thing that I'm going to say is, it is okay. Okay, it is okay to say no without feeling guilty. I fucking mastered this to a degree. Actually, no, I haven't. No, I have. I'm getting good. I'd say I'm 70% there, depending on the person. I struggle saying no to my mum. Like, I can say it, but the guilt that sits in my mind and in my heart is heavy. Same with my dad. I say some other people, I feel like everyone else, no. I feel like I'm okay saying no to some people. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Sorry, let me move on. It's like I'm having like a proper little therapy moment here. I'm like, am I okay with saying no? Should I be saying no? The point is, it's okay. It is okay. And I had to genuinely start to just get okay with the concept of this. It is okay to say no and not feel guilty. The two don't have to go hand in hand. And I had this thing in my brain, you guys, okay, let me talk to you sister to sister for a second. I had this, I don't know where it came from. No one's ever told me this. It's just something that's been in my head, that if you say no, then the guilt has to follow it. Like it has to be attached to the no. You can't say no and then just be living your best life. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to say no and then guilt comes with it. Like they're a pair that you can't, like conjoined twins that you can't separate. Bullshit. It's not true. That is a lie. You can separate the two, okay? You can say no without the guilt. You can say no without the shame. You can say no without feeling like you're the worst person in the world. Once I started to accept this, once I got comfortable with the idea that I can say no to people and I don't have to feel guilty, that I can actually feel liberated and proud of myself for standing by what I needed in that moment in time, then it was like, oh, okay, it's a little bit easier to say no. So how it worked for me, or how it really, really helped me, was you get to pick your emotions most of the time anyway. We get to pick our emotions, right? So, or we get to, I guess personally, my personal experience, you have like an initial reaction and then you get to rewire that thought process or the emotion that comes with the thought quickly. And the quicker you get to do that, the further on your growth line, I guess you can say, you are, your growth journey. So for me, when I first started saying no to people, oh, the sun's coming out. When I first started saying no to people, it was like instant guilt. Instantly, I would feel guilty. And then I would allow myself to sit in that guilt. Like, okay, well, I guess if I just feel guilty, that's it. Then that's the emotion that I'm just supposed to have with this thought, or with this phrase that I've just said to someone, so and so. I then started to question it, like, why do I have to feel guilty? Where has that even come from? And can I change it? And then I started to practice like a game. I started playing it. So I'd say no, guilt would first come up, then I would catch the guilt and I would say, actually, I feel really proud that I have just said no to this person, because what I need right now is to stay home. What I need right now is to honor my peace. What I need right now is to not get involved in that conversation or that argument or that situation or that thing at work. What I need right now is to not say yes to my boss because there's nothing else that I could possibly take on without feeling overwhelmed and falling behind on my work or dropping the quality of my work. What I need right now is to honor myself. The second I started to basically counteract that guilt with the facts, right? I feel guilty, but there's no facts behind it. Why do you feel guilty? Because I said no. Okay, but are they alive? Yes. Are they going to figure it out without you? Yes, because if you weren't here, they would have no choice. So yes, they'll figure it out without me. Are you honoring yourself? Yes, I am. Are you showing yourself love and respect? Yes, I am. Are you protecting your peace? Yes, I am. I'm struggling to see the problem here. Right? So the second I started to have those conversations with myself, it slowly but surely started to just take a back seat. It started to just go, oh, okay, she's got it. Okay, she can say no, it's fine. I started loving saying no to people. No, thank you. Don't want to. No, I just don't feel like it today, but maybe another time. Or actually, I don't enjoy that activity, so I won't be participating in it ever. I don't like doing that thing, so I'd rather not. But I know someone that actually I can connect you with, and maybe she'll be able to help. Do you know what I mean? Like, no can look different in many different ways, but no's still a no. Protect your peace. Love yourself. Show yourself love and respect. Stop trying to make everyone else happy, because you cannot. It is impossible. You can make someone have a little bit of, joy for a moment. You can give someone a little bit of a chuckle. You can make someone laugh. You can make someone feel good about themselves. You can make someone, feel happy in that moment in time. But long term, you are not a dancing monkey. You are not their Jiminy Cricket. You are not in their brain. So you cannot make someone else happy. That is an internal conversation for themselves to deal with. You cannot bring someone joy or make someone experience joy long term. That is an internal state that they have to experience for themselves. So I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. I'll see you next video. Until then, besitos.